Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mosk Pod for another episode. This is our 16th and third of the semester, so we'll keep on rolling. Today is more sports and updating you on everything. So much going on. Start of NBA season. We got just hockey rolling along, some more football, other things, college stuff. But most importantly, now we have our World Series outcome, or not the outcome, our sort of start to it, because we got now the uh kind of underrated the underdogs of the whole postseason. We didn't know they'd even make it past the wild card, which is pretty incredible. They beat out the Phillies to go to the World Series last night, actually. And the Rangers in game seven, it took 7 games for each series. They moved on versus the Astros. So it was a little Texas themed rival there. And I was happy to see the outcome. I, I'm, I'm not the biggest like downer on the Astros from cheating. Like that was wrong. But after they won again, like under Dusty Baker a few years ago, I truly think it was um just a good statement on their part. Definitely was wrong for cheating. Should have gotten something penalized for that. They did a little bit, but I don't know, something would have happened. I don't know if anything would have happened differently with their championship a few years ago, the World Series, uh, kind of ring there. But yeah, I I really think their last World Series win made it a statement on their part. But the Rangers, good for them for being the Astros after they went down 3-2. There was a turnaround in that series, and then the Rangers turned it back on their side. Uh, it took longer than I expected. I thought Rangers would have taken in like 5 or 6 games, but it took 7. And you know, Adolis Garcia, he's probably the MVP that series. Uh, he hit like, well, he's hit like 8 or 9, 9 now after 2 home runs in Game 7. In the like playoffs itself. So he's getting it going. They got the rookie Josh Young. They got some other pieces. Corey Seager is like as solid as they come in the lineup. Great season average wise. Even even better like playoffs. He's walking a ton. He got the record like last series, like I said. Um Last episode, with 5 walks in a game. It's wild. Uh but you know, really good rounded team. The pitching's there. Evaldi has been great as per usual in the postseason. And we got Scherzer actually pitching 2 innings, pretty solid, giving up a few runs. Game seven last 2 nights ago, my fault. And we got some other guys, they can round out the rotation. Even Heaney, Montgomery, bringing them in middle of the game. It'll help in the World Series too, I think. So they have a good chance of winning. They don't count out the D-backs. I'm counting them out in the World Series. I'm having the Rangers take it all, but never count out the D-backs, which I am doing right now. Uh, wouldn't be surprised if they surprise me, but it's really unlikely to me. The Rangers just have everything going and, well rounded and everything, barely being the Astros, but they did. They scored a lot of runs in game seven, which helped. Phillies, bummer. Just like Vincenzo last week mentioned, I thought they had a good chance and could win the World Series. Uh, that's not going to happen this year, unfortunately, because they did lose last night, game seven, 4-2. Credit the D-backs there. Underdogs just fought their way, as underdogs do. Cinderella story, I would say, to the World Series. And we'll see what happens there, but I do expect the Rangers to make the strong performance that they have been in the postseason and pretty much all season long with the competition in the AL West. Rangers, yeah, maybe 5 games or something like that. Uh, I would expect something like that to crown the Rangers champs. but it's been an incredible postseason. I think it'll be an even better ending to this season with the World Series as two teams we didn't expect. Maybe Rangers you might have expected, but there's some other teams out there that, as usual, we've seen in World Series before, but these are new teams, new adventure. It'll be really fun to watch, I think. So yeah, that's World Series right there, baseball stuff, and then we have to sit through a whole off season till next April, uh, for spring training and all that. We'll see how the Mets and Yankees do with their off seasons, and we'll discuss more after that with that. But we got a while for that to come. Yeah, just quick hockey updates. We got Rangers with a 3-2 record. We got the Islanders with 2-1, both one game over 500. Uh, and moving on, we got since the Sabres do play in Buffalo, we have to mention New York teams. They are 2-4, not good. Uh, Probably not going anywhere. Um, and then I did want to mention that the Eagles, because it is a Philly team, I kind of like the Eagles. They're probably my favorite football team. It's a family tradition again. Vincenzo's a big fan, I know. Good win versus the Dolphins the other day. Very good win. Uh, the Bills, since they are a football team, they are 4-3. Sorry, football team in New York. They're 4-3. I think they're definitely hoping for better. Josh Allen, all the running backs, all that. They need to get it going. I think they'll have a shot still. And, with the division, I think they're the clear cut favorites. The Patriots are gonna be there still. And the Jets are just gonna probably play around until they get eliminated, but they're gonna make a run too, I would think. They didn't come this far for really nothing at a 3-3 record. Uh, yeah, they're doing decent. The Jets, Giants 2-6. They got their second win. Not much else to say. They're not going anywhere. Nothing really good for them this season. I don't know. Upcoming is still this sort of see. I don't know their future or anything. Um, it's not looking good this season though. Yeah. And then you have the teams doing well. I think the Chiefs are always going to be there when Mahomes is active as an NFL player, really. And then you know you got a lot of other teams that are always fighting to sort of make it there. I think we'll see a couple upsets this season to kind of the pathway to the Super Bowl, but yeah, it'll be fun. We're now seven games in, 8 weeks in, and rolling sort of. I know NFL season's really fast, so you know you gotta enjoy it while it lasts. But these players are putting it all out there, risking injuries, whatever it is. It really good to see them active and all uh, for the 14 games that they do play. Yeah, not much else with football. Again, we'll update you week by week as it goes along. 7 games in, 8 weeks in. Uh, yeah, just a few weeks left. We're over halfway now. We'll see how it goes. Always a fun time in February when Super Bowl comes, and usually hang out with family and stuff. It's always a good time. First we have to get through the rest of the season though, and yeah, see how that plays out. Um, I am going to move on to NBA. This will be a little shorter of an episode. I did come a little late because I had a Leadership Wednesday event I needed to attend as a board member of my club. But really, I did want to kind of get in depth about NBA. We had the exciting start to the season yesterday. Uh, Nothing disappointing. I would say the Denver and the Laker game, Denver versus Lakers. That was the early one at 7:30. That was good. It lived up to the hype, I would say. LeBron James is definitely decreasing his sort of value. Still out there, giving it his best, but it's all Anthony Davis or nothing really. They got role players. They kind of showed up yesterday, but it's Davis defending, all on the offense too. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing much else because LeBron now, it's reported and it's truly believable that he is, the age he is, 38, 39, that he's getting less minutes to play out there on the court, sort of, not performing to the hype, like, because of the amount of minutes he's playing. So, like, 20 minutes a game, not even half of the full game, a little under. He is decreasing, but age is showing. Still putting it all out there, like I said, defending. Uh, his offense game is still like it always was, off the charts. He can do everything on the court. Uh, Remains in the GOAT conversation, and it will, forever be discussed. LeBron versus Jordan. I can't tell you right now, and but no, I can't like give an opinion on that right now. I would still have to see a little more from LeBron. For me, I would give it to Jordan. I'm not a big LeBron fan. That's that's half of the reason why. But also, Jordan, he showed up, played his full career and stuff. Uh, it's a different game, sorta. It was different back then. He's a different player. LeBron can do everything out there, like I said. He's won what now, 4 championships. Uh, yeah, great player. Could easily be the best of all time. And with the 3-point shot activated, he's taking advantage of it, I would say. Obviously now scoring the most points in NBA history, which if NBA didn't have a three, that would take a lot longer. Who knows if he would have gotten there or not? We'll never know. But he did it, and it's incredible what he's accomplished. Don't get me wrong, and definitely in the conversation for GOAT, um, greatest of all time, and you know, that'll always be the debate. James versus Jordan until a new era of stars arise and outperform them. Yeah, I did promise you. I do not have anyone with me today, but I do promise you, or I did last week promise you that today I would do my Eastern Conference power rankings. Before I get to that, though, I do want to mention. Oh, tonight, yeah, tonight we have a lot of matchups. Last night we also had the Warriors and Suns. I didn't want to forget that because that was an iffy game. I did have the Suns sort of winning by 10ish. I had the Lakers also winning, and you know what happened there? I got that wrong. The Nuggets got their rings. I thought the ring ceremony would affect them. It definitely didn't. Jokic got his triple double and is rolling to start the season. The others, Jamal Murray showed up, Michael Porter double double. I thought Reggie Jackson, from the highlights and the gameplay, I was really surprised. He actually showed up. He's a role player for them. Caldwell Pope is, very valuable. He's been very key for them since he showed up on the team. Uh, got acquired by the Nuggets. I think it was in the last year's Morris, Monte Morris, who's now in the Pistons after, leaving the Wizards. He went to the Wizards. Morris, Ish Smith, and Caldwell Pope. went to the Nuggets. There was a couple other players involved here and there. Those are the key ones though. And eventually the Nuggets won a championship because of Caldwell Pope. They acquired Bryant from Thomas Bryant. He traveled around from the Wizards, Lakers, and all that. They also had Jackson for part of it. He didn't really show up in the playoffs, but he definitely showed up last night. Not the older all-time player Reggie Jackson of the MLB, but no, the one in the NBA that played for the Pistons for a while, the Thunder, the Clippers, and now the Nuggets. Yeah, everything just worked out for the Nuggets, and at the right time. It was really all season, though. I would say they had Aaron Gordon, dunk. Uh, should have been two-time dunk champ. Has none, and Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, Jokic, the supporting cast of Jokic is very key. Jokic does everything, but there needs to be a supporting cast. Bruce Brown, I forgot to mention, former Net, one of my favorite players from the Nets during the KD Kyrie era. He showed up. He's like a six man to them. He showed up like he does like all the time, even on bad teams like the Pistons. He always shows up and does his job. Really, really underrated key to winning that championship. Yeah, and for tonight's matchups, right before I get to the power rankings, we have Hawks versus Hornets. Yeah, I'll give you my predictions on these. So I have written down. I got the Hawks winning versus the Hornets because Hornets were, I think, towards the bottom, maybe the last on my power rankings. Let's actually check that right now, as I have updated them. Yeah. So yeah, here we go. We got the Hornets, at number 15 in the East. Uh, yeah, really nothing to shout about. I mentioned it last week. They have nothing. Bridges, we mentioned last week, is now out for the season. Uh, it's terrible what he's done in the NBA, honestly, and he's really talented, but nothing has gone the Hornets' way. They thought to have him back now. He won't be back. Uh, it's doubtful he'll be back for a while now. Uh, really, really, really sad. Nilkina too. Kind of role player, not gonna make a difference, but he's out for probably a couple months, most of the season. Uh, he injured a quad in preseason. Uh, really, LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, again, are the two main players. They have PJ Washington as a supporting cast. Not going to do you much. Really, really, really think that they'll win. I don't know. Probably the same amount as last year. Very, very low. Hawks versus Hornets. Yeah, I got the Hawks by 20 points. 114-95. And let's mark down for next week. We'll watch these scores and I'll see how many I got right via win percentage. If Hawks beat the Hornets, I get a point. If I guess the score correct, bingo, I don't know, 5 points. I don't know. I don't even know. I just like to do this for fun, by the way. Just guessing scores is so fun. So if it's 114-95 Hawks on the road, I'm going to be so happy with myself that I guessed it right. If it's going to be 113, I'm going to be so disappointed, as I would say to myself, I almost put that down. But no, I put 114-95, and let's stick with that. Wizards versus Pacers, I got Indiana. Two bad teams here. Not that good. Not the worst, but not good at all. Wizards just don't have any stars on their team. Kuzma is not a qualified star in my book yet. He's a good player, but he's probably their best, which is, really not good. You got the Pacers with the bench players. Yeah, I but they got a couple other stars. Heald, Halliburton. I think I think they can, overpower the Hornets at their home ground. But I'm guessing 101 to 104, only a 3-point win for the Pacers. Celtics versus Knicks. Don't like the Knicks. Don't think they're going to beat the Celtics. Straightforward. I got Celtics by 14 points. On the road in New York, 122-108. Moving on to the Rockets versus Magic. Two up and rising teams. Not good teams. Not good teams at all. Up and rising though. I do have the Magic as a underdog sleep pick here to win this game. Rockets have the veterans. Some of them, they're younger still, but the Magic are very young, very talented, are scrappy and can run all over the place. I would say. Uh, ESPN also had them ranked to win, so I'll go with 103, 114. Magic at home, get the win. Cavs versus my favorite team, the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, I look forward to the debut of the Nets regular season 2023-24 season. Uh don't expect much from this first game, honestly. I didn't totally like what I saw in preseason. I liked the last game when they beat the Heat. Uh yeah, other than that, I have the Cavs beating us at home. I like that we're at home for the first game with all the vibes and everything at Barclays Center, but Cavs are very talented. I have them beating us uh, by 5 points. It might be more, but 115 or 120 to 115. My bad. 120 to 115. I even had the Cavs at number 3 in the power rankings in the East. So from that, and the Nets were at 9. So I don't know. I just think the Cavs are overall better. Pistons reach Heat. I got Miami. I just don't believe in the Pistons yet, even with their young talent. So 97 to 110, Heat get the win at home. Timberwolves versus Raptors. I got the Timberwolves. They're just overly more talented. 111 to 104, they get the win in Toronto. Thunder versus Chicago Bulls. Very close matchup. Very different teams, but you know, one team, the Bulls, not having a good season last season after hopeful at the beginning, being hopeful with Vucevic, Levine, DeRozan. They can obviously turn around, but I do not see much out of them, especially with ball out for the season. Thunder, very young, very gritty, great season last season. No, that sounded weird. But yes, great season last season. I have them actually winning by 1 in Chicago on the road. So Thunder 108, 107. Pelicans at Grizzlies. I think the Pelicans are overall better with the health of Zion Williamson. Yeah, I don't. Grizzlies have John Morant, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson. Yeah, other than that, I don't see much. So, but it will be a close one. I got the Pelicans by 6, 112, 106. And yeah, we'll see off of that. Kings at Jazz. Jazz, I don't think will play as well as last season. They decreased at the last second of the season. I think it will go downhill from the start. It might get a rise at one point, but I don't see them competing with the other teams. So I got the Kings, who are up and rising from last year, still rising. I got them winning the Kings at Jazz, 114 to 101. Mavericks versus Spurs, got the Mavericks all day. Spurs got Victor Wembanyama. I don't know what else they got, honestly. They're a bunch of just bad role players, if I'm being honest. So Mavericks by 13 on the road versus San Antonio get the win. Mavericks 111 to 98. Trailblazers versus Clippers, the last one tonight, and I got the Clippers being the Trailblazers at home. So Clippers at Crypto.com Arena, 95-111. Trailblazers after losing Lillard really just the rookie, Scoot Henderson, Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simon's looking to make a step up. I don't think it's going to get them far, though. They'll be gritty and out there, so they'll be around that, uh, maybe below 500. Could go way below or could go around 500. Could go either way. It's left to see from them. But Clippers are very talented with Leonard, George out there, always going to compete. They'll have definitely a winning record this season. They're getting the win, 95 to 111. Yeah. Just we got about 10 minutes, so just to quickly go over my power rankings. I am going to do the Western Conference since I did the Eastern Conference last episode last week. We got the for the Eastern, just to review: Hornets, Pacers, Pistons, Raptors, Magic, Wizards, Nets, Bulls, Hawks, Heat. Then the Knicks, top five: Knicks, Sixers, 76ers, Cavs, then the Celtics, and then the Bucks. We had number one with Lillard and Antetokounmpo, just unstoppable. So yeah, starting off number 15, could go either way, but I got the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama is going to be incredible. I don't think anyone else is going to be incredible. Uh, Solid role players to kind of weaken lineup out there. So Victor Wembanyama is going to have to carry, and I think it will lead them to the last spot in the West. But good future if we see what Wembanyama can do from the preseason transferred over to now. They may even move up a couple spots as the season goes. Trailblazers, after losing Lillard, I explained they have Grant, Simons, and Scoot Henderson, the rookie, who's talented himself, but not going to get you far. Losing Lillard, big decrease in that overall organization. So I have them at 14 and don't really have them moving from there. The Rockets, they got a couple guys in the offseason. No real, known stars. Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jeff Green, you know, they lost Kevin Porter. Uh, I really think that's good for them because he was getting in trouble too with the things he was doing. But yeah, that's why I have the Rockets at 13. Not really much to shout about, but pretty good offseason. The Jazz will take a decrease at number 12. Um, Pretty remarkable season last season, even though they went under 500. Really good start. Larry Markkanen's a star. Uh, don't know if he can continue that, honestly. Jordan Clarkson, sixth man. Really nothing much else there. That's why I have them at number 12. At number 11, the Thunder. They had an increase. Great sort of season last season with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Dort, Giddy. Yeah. Mm, I think they're talented enough. There's just so many great teams in this West, and you know, Thunder can easily move up on my list. But for now, I have them at number 11, and the Kings are at number 10. They had a great season last season, going to Game 7 and then losing, unfortunately, versus the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry with 50. Just can't beat a team when uh, it's very rare when someone scores 50 against you in Game 7. Just puts lots of pressure, and it's pretty unstoppable. Yeah, that's pretty much I have them at number 10, but they have Sabonis and Fox who can carry them and easily get them ahead of some of these other teams. The Pelicans with Zion Williamson back, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, just that alone is good to have them at number 9 and in the play-in. The Grizzlies also in the play-in at number 8. Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good trio to carry you to a play-in spot, I believe. The Mavericks will take our last play-in spot here. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving. I don't know how that's going to work, but from there, you know, not a whole lot of that. Grant Williams, I think he was a good acquisition, but they have other players. Powell is a veteran, he sort of decreasing in my books. Really, no one else on that team that I can see making a jump. So I have them staying like still a little worse than last season. But Kyrie Irving can obviously make the difference, and Luka Doncic, the player that he is already, is going to help them compete for an actual playoff spot. Golden State Warriors coming in at number 6. They got the loss last night, but I think Chris Paul is a great addition. After seeing, I wasn't sure how he would fit, but after seeing him on the court with Curry, Thompson, Green didn't play last night. Uh, you got Kuminga, Moody, Saric is all right. Not much else. Looney, if I didn't mention him yet, he's a great center, double double. Pretty much. Number 5, we had the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they'll take a jump from last season, but not too much. Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, McDaniels is pretty good, two-way player. Yeah, I don't know. They lost a couple. When they lost D'Angelo Russell and got Mike Conley is a great player, but that was definitely a minus in my book as well. Yeah, Timberwolves are solid as they come, and number 5 I think would be right for them. Moving on to the top 4, and these are great teams, obviously. To be in the top 4 is tough, especially in the West this season. Yeah, I got the Clippers, number 4. One of the LA teams, and the hard one's coming up. Clippers, though, Leonard, George, if they could stay healthy, they could be a top 3 team easily. Zubac is great as a center. You got great role players in Powell, Covington. Uh, you know, you lost Kennard to the Grizzlies. He's a great addition to the Grizzlies as well. But great role players on the sides. You also got the point guard, Bones Highland. Uh, you know, young star. He could do everything a point guard could do, just not as consistent. Uh, Great role players, great overall team, and they could really get going. Zubac is going to have to be their main center still, which I think he can prove to have another consistent season as the center of the Clippers. And yeah, overall from there, I think. Uh, obviously, I had them winning tonight and have them winning a lot of games this season if they can stay healthy. The Denver Nuggets come in at my number 3 spot. Jokic, Murray, Porter, Gordon, Caldwell Pope, Jackson. They're all going to help. I just don't think they can repeat what they did from last season, which was just pretty much just fluid throughout the season. Amazing. Really consistent and just winning all the time. Winning. And they didn't stop in the playoffs as they won the championship, obviously. And, I just don't see them being perfect. And if they are, congrats again. They're going to be NBA champions. They have the experience with Jokic and all the team because they performed in the playoffs and actually came through. A key part of that was their role players, honestly. 6-man Bruce Brown and all of them. Caldwell Pope, starting, benching, whatever he does. Always ready to go. All their role players, though. And Jokic getting triple doubles all season long. Incredible. He got the triple double in his first game and helped carry them to one win. Jokic is very healthy, as healthy as they come. He doesn't really miss games. And he's just overall top talent in our league right now, and it's very fun to watch. You're bound to see a triple double each game you watch a Nugget. Each Nuggets game that you see, you're bound to see a triple double. It's really incredible to see. Number two, I had the other LA team, the Lakers. I had them winning last night versus the Nuggets, which didn't happen. I'm sticking them at number two though for now, and keeping them. They can shoot the three, unlike last season. They'll be much better with Torian Prince, Russell. You got other really all around Gabe Vincent. Really, really focused on adding shooting. Then they got Christian Wood, who can do a little both, play center, shoot the ball. Is a not a 3 and D guy, but he can do 3 and D, but is also a sort of reliable piece in the center there. Really good additions by the Lakers, and Jackson Hayes is also a good center. He's flexing over there. I see him doing the buzzer beater flexing. Uh, really don't like it, but I think it's good for the Lakers. Very good additions on their part. Very good off season. Number one, obviously, a team we haven't heard yet. No, we definitely heard from them. Opening night, how could you not hear from them? That was a joke, by the way. It's the Phoenix Suns. The three stars are Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. We had their first game. They beat the Warriors. I predicted them to beat them by what did I have? Like 10 points here. Yeah, but by 8 points, 120 to 112. It ended up being like really, really close. And then the Warriors just, bricked a few shots at the end. It was over. Not good shooting percentages from both teams, but the Suns didn't even have Beal in the first game. They had Okogie, who was pretty good. Eubanks, Nurkic, their centers are very solid as they come again. And you got Grayson Allen. He didn't do good last night, but he'll get it going for sure. Eric Gordon came through with a couple clutch buckets last night. Yuta Watanabe, my guy from Brooklyn Nets last season, he made it three, but other than that, he made two in there too. But you know, he did what he usually does in the minutes. Nothing surprising there. Great player. Great 3-point percentage also. For him, and the Suns are going to be great. With their centers hustling all over the place, getting rebounds. Kevin Durant going to show up. Devin Booker, amazing, 8 assists. 30 points, amazing. I think that will continue, and it will be scary when Bradley Beal comes back. For the whole roster to perform at the level they can and get to know each other more. As they had some inconsistencies in starting rotations and bench players throughout the preseason, like every other team. But yeah, that's why I have them. I just wrote under Suns, I wrote stars, and that's all I needed to put them at number one. And I'm not going to change them until they show me something else. So yeah, great start last night to the NBA season. I look forward to tonight. We'll see every team except for four of them. I think my family is going to watch the Sixers, but they do not play until tomorrow, which is rare. And then, yeah, every other team plays tonight. We got the Knicks Nets to look forward to. Uh, Basically all the teams except for a few. And not the ones that played last night because we're going to give them a day off. They need their day off after their first game. Yeah, but NBA, really looking forward to it. MLB, looking forward to the World Series. Hockey, looking forward to the rest of the season to really get going as we're sort of in the first couple weeks. Uh, and then, yeah, football is over halfway now, and we look to continue that going into the playoffs and the Super Bowl. But let's not get ahead of ourselves right now, as we don't know what will happen going forward. Just finishing off here, we got the MAC conference stuff. Iona, sports in a good position. We got soccer continuing to be great in the MAC here. Swimming doing really well, getting a couple wins in the last couple performances. Great weekend for volleyball. They put up 2 wins. They beat the Marist Red Foxes 3-1, and then in the record-setting, trying to record-set performance at the Heinz, 3-0 victory versus Sienna Saints, which was really good, dominant all around. Yeah, so great stuff from the MAC. We also added in Sacred Heart and Merrimack College to our division, which should help boost our division to make it more recognizable. Yeah, and then overall, it'll be great competition. I think to every sport, even basketball, we were going to play, and we will. We'll play Sacred Heart University in sort of the exhibition preseason before the season gets going, and some other good teams, especially St. John's, Rick Pitino, Danish Jenkins, you know, all the players. There's a lot of players who moved from Iona to St. John's, but a lot of people also elsewhere having really good careers. Walter Clayton, Junior Joseph, Nelly Junior Joseph, uh, Silas Sunday, my boy, went to Hofstra. I think that will be a good fit. Uh, Quinn Slazinski, hope he can stay healthy, man. He's a great player. Yeah, really all around good. Only Shima's back again. Really good, you know, young looking squad out there, has great connections already, and look forward to seeing how they can get the season going early on, when it starts. So yeah, on that point, get ready for Iona Hoops. For real. This is gonna be a very interesting season. Starting November 3rd, we got a pre-dinner just to, ramp up to the actual season, not the opening day. The opening day is November 6th, and that will be the first men's game. The women start on the 7th at Seton Hall in preseason play. But yeah, a lot to look forward to from these teams. Very interesting to see what they can do early on and throughout the season. If they can make it to the tournament, the NCAA, Tobin Anderson's a great coach. They can push them to play hard and try to, sneak out a sort of Cinderella story in there again. I hope to see that from them and that they can both can compete, uh, sort of like they did last season, but to another extent, which will be tough, but always doable when you have a young, great team that loves like the connections with each other and loves to play the game. Uh, so yeah, I'll wrap it up there. I think this was a good um sort of ramp up to the World Series. NBA season starting, halfway through football, hockey, and MAC play. So I'll look to incorporate again throughout the weeks. I got a lot of weeks left of college, so we'll get people in, I promise. IUTV, Jordan already notified me that he'll be coming in at some point throughout this semester. And yeah, next week we're already in November 1st, which you know what that means. The day before, Tuesday, this Tuesday, is Halloween. Halloween is here, the 31st already. Hope you have your decorations up, you're ready to trick or treat. Or if you don't, just hang in, relax. It's gonna get cold out there after this week, honestly, because it's gonna be 70 degrees this week, and it'll be nice. So enjoy that weather, but overall, stay warm and enjoy your Halloweens. We'll be back in November on the 1st next week, so enjoy the rest of your October too. Shout out to my dad. It's actually his birthday on Friday, so shout out to him. Happy birthday, Dad. Um, you're an inspiration to me and have really helped me get to this point where I am today. So I really, really appreciate that and always look up to you. So yeah, I hope you're doing well in Tennessee as they're on vacation right now. So shout out to them. Um, But next week we'll be back at 1 for more probably sports as of now. I do want to incorporate other things again, but sports for now is my go-to. And then in the upcoming weeks, we'll have stuff about neurodiversity and a little bit about my the Give Grant program I am a part of here at Iona. And we'll hear from Jordan from IUTV in the next coming weeks. So yeah, enjoy your day, stay warm, and hope you guys, continue to stay safe and be careful. Feel better, honestly, to everyone. I know a lot of people that are sick and trying to overcome everything. So hope everyone stays safe, stays well, and I'll see you guys next week at 1. Thank you for your support. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, maybe comment, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week at 1. Thank you.